All right, welcome back, eSIMstudios. We have a special case review for the OnePlus 15. It's the Ringke Fusion-X. Now, this is the Camo edition. Camo looks fantastic on this OnePlus 15. Now, I have like well, not necessarily a love-hate relationship with this case. I love it. Don't get me wrong. However, I think it's better described as maybe love hate's not the right term, but this case looks fantastic on certain devices. On other devices, I don't think so. Now, everybody has their own preference, but for this specific device, I think it looks phenomenal. Y'all know I have a handful of cases, regardless if these case companies send me them or if I have to buy them with my own money. I'm getting like 4, 5, 6 cases for every single phone, you know, that I have. Right now, Rinky did not send this to me. This is one of them I purchased with my own money because I think it's a must-have for this phone, and we're gonna get into it. Right, so it provides protection and it looks badass. So I've been using it for the last few days. Been out and about running errands, just going among my daily activities, and this thing has just been fantastic. In fact, there was one time where I parked the car to go inside the store and reached down to grab or reached over on on to grab my phone on the seat, and I was like, "Damn, this case looks good! Holy crap!" And let's go ahead and get into it. So, if this interests you, I got a link for you. So this is the Ringke Fusion-X for the OnePlus 15. Precise cutouts, camera lenses, enhanced bumper, heavy-duty shockproof protective cover, camo black. Now, they do have just a standard black edition, so it's this case minus the camo design. So if you switch over to the black, you get that look. So this black version without the camo might look better with the sandstone OnePlus 15. It might look good like that with the purple OnePlus 15, right? I think all of them will look good with the clear back, but if you do have the black one, I think the camo looks friggin' awesome. If you have the sandstone, I think the camo looks friggin' awesome. The purple, look, I'm not sure how many people got the purple OnePlus 15. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't even seen, the only purple ones I've seen are reviews on YouTube where OnePlus sent them the phone, right? Other than that, I haven't talked to anybody online in the Reddit thread I was recommending to y'all a few days ago, which I'll link down below. I haven't seen anybody with the purple one, but I think you cannot go wrong with this camo, regardless if you got the sandstone or the black. It looks freaking badass. So I'm gonna link this down below. It is $20. Price has gone up a little bit. Remember, this case used to be like $14 a few years ago. But I'm not just putting a price increase on Rinky. Look, all the case companies have gone up in price, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? This is just nothing we can do. But for a $20 case, I think you'd be hard pressed to find one that's more stylish and, dare I say, more protective. Are there some that are more protective? Yes. Are there some that might look a little more cooler than this? Yes. However, this is unique and special because it blends those two together in a real fine balance between protectiveness and how cool it looks. Like, you're going to be satisfied with this. I think they hit a home run with this one. And let's go ahead and open it up and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So let me open it up and pretend like I haven't used this before. Now, one thing I did not do that I saved for the case review was peeling these inside stickers off. I saved that for right now to give you a first-hand look of what it looks like as soon as you throw it on, but I've been using it. I'm not going to lie, I've been using it. So that's all that comes with it. The case and this little instruction guide to peel out the film. So we'll do that in a second, right? But just look at this thing. Just freaking look at this thing. So let's talk about build material and then we'll get into the design. So the outer material here is a TPU, right? And it's not a hard TPU. It's actually a soft TPU. Now, silicone, as you know, is more squishy And TPU is a more hard material, but this is not polycarbonate. The polycarbonate, the PC, is this panel on the back. Now that makes it a little more rigid. You can't like bend this in half. It is fairly rigid, which you really need it to be. If you're looking for phenomenal protection, you want a stiff and rigid case, because when your phone makes contact with the surface, with the ground, when it flexes, that's when stuff starts breaking, right? When you bend stuff, like if you bend a glass screen protector, that's when it breaks. Well, that's what it does on your phone when it's on your screen, right? So you don't want it to bend. In this, but however, to put it in the case, the phone inside the case, putting it in, removing it out, you want it to have some flex, because it's almost impossible to take a phone out of a case that doesn't flex at all. Like, that would be damn near impossible. So I think this has a good mixture of stiffness, but just enough flex to where you can easily put it in and take it out. But as you can tell, you have TPU around the borders, around the sides, which is flexible, again, putting it in, taking it out, and impact absorption. Now, we do have one enormous airbag in each one of these corners. There's a huge airbag there. I'm not sure if you can see it. I'll see if I can include a couple extra shots, but there's one in here. You got a airbag here and an airbag here. And there's a number of things that they do to protect your device. So once the phone is in here, it not only is protected by those airbags from the inside, but it has these little tongs, these little ridges on all, well, I guess 3 corners. And you can see it from the inside, and you will be able to see it from the outside here. And let's see, is there anything else inside that I see? Cutouts look real nice. So let's go ahead and flip it around to the outer. You have that nice cutout. Let's flip it around to the outer shell. So there's a number of things here that immediately stick out, and it's grip. So this is very grippy. Now, you have this felt back here where the camo is. And then check this out. You have the grips where your palm goes. Can you see that? Is it coming through? Right there on the right side, right there all up and down the left side. That's good, really good, because it's really grippy and it's not annoying, because there's some cases that have grips on the side. Let's be honest, some of the I guess cheaper ones out there feel weird, annoying, maybe. I guess I really haven't had any give me a rash, but this one's like a comfortable grip. It's kind of hard to explain, but they got it all up and down the left, and then up to the buttons on the right. And then look at this. So the buttons here, you get a rigid power button. You know exactly what button you're pushing when you got your hands in your and your phone in your pocket. You know exactly, without even looking at the phone, you know exactly what button you're pushing. So this one's rigid. This one's complete flat plain, so it's just bare, the volume down, and then the volume up has 3 dots on it. And if you can look here, they angle it, which is really cool, and it's something you don't see a lot on these cases with these case manufacturers. Is that coming through? Like, the middle part is lower and the outer part sits higher, just where the volumes are. And I thought that's really, really cool, because that helps too when it's in your pocket or you're not looking at it. You know exactly what, okay, that's volume up. It's bumpy and it's on an incline. Or if you need to turn it down, you know exactly what button you're pushing. So it's a little things like that from Rinky that you don't get from a lot of case companies. And again, like I've said in my previous videos, Rinky is a really good case company. They've been doing it for years. They've actually taken a lot of input from consumer reviews and inputs and made subtle refinements to the cases. And that's just one small thing that I'm talking about, right? And then look at this. The grip is not only on the left side and the right side, but look at this. They wrap the grip around to the back of the phone. So when you're actually holding it, it's not just these sides. It comes up about 1/2 inch onto the back of the phone. So it adds in with design, it adds in with style, but then you also have grips more than just the sides. So actually, it's not just making contact with your fingers. Part of the phone is making contact with the inside of your palm, which is very, very important if you want to hang on to your device, right? It goes all up on the inside right here and then right here. So it's not just the edges. And I think little things like that make a huge difference. Now, they also give you added material around all four corners like some of the other ones do, but look how much they add here. So if you can see here, it's added material on this corner. You see how it comes up and out over here on this corner right here. It goes up and over. You're just adding the more material between your phone and the ground, the greater chance your phone has of surviving a drop, right? Now let's turn it upside down, and this is the bottom. Same thing with the bottom. Look here, boom. Look here, boom. You also get these corners with these little tongs, I guess, that I was talking about. So this is nice because it prevents your phone from wobbling when it's laying on its back. It does not wobble because they even out the dimensions with these two that stick up just a tiny bit. If you can see it, that may be a good angle. You can see how this sticks up just a little bit, just enough with this one right here. Now, check this out. This tongue comes up just a hair over your camera sensors. So you actually have like 2 layers of protection for your cameras. So when your camera sensors, and we'll put it in here in just a second, but when your phone is inside the case, your camera sensors are protected by these cutouts. And then this little raised corner by, I don't know, 0.2 millimeters up and over the camera sensors. So if in fact your phone does make contact with the ground and or a surface on its back, it'll have this tongue to cushion it and the camera sensor and the cutouts around your camera sensors. So it serves as 2 purposes. It prevents it from wobbling and gives it added drop protection. Again, thoughtful stuff that nobody talks about. It's really important to me. Now, look at these cutouts. You have power, power, and then your mic and your speaker over there on the left. That's a little better angle right there. And then you have these little cutouts for their little lanyard or their little over-the-shoulder Euro strap that you see some people in Europe or some guys in Europe wear. I've never worn one of those, but okay. Anyways, and then you have cutouts up top that are phenomenal as well. Look real nice. So let's go ahead and throw the phone in. Oh, let me take these out real quick. Let's see. These have always been so precise. It's kind of been a pain in the ass. I was kind of putting it off, to be honest with you. I was like, I'll take it off when I do the review. Hang on. I guess if there is one thing that sucks about this case, they don't have like a little tab for you to pull it out. Like, you got to dig your fingernail in there and really try to grab a corner. So, Rinky, I'm going to add you in this video. If you're watching, please, on future models of this case, please put a little tab that makes it easy tear out. All right, so I paused the video. It's taken a good 2 minutes to try and get something started in here. So if you're having trouble like me, flip it over to the inside. In this little corner right here, now it may be different for you when you get yours, and you might try the corners or where it makes contact with something on the outer edge, but I found a little spot right here that you can get your nail in and just kind of peel it up. All right, and as soon as you get it started, you can just peel it off just like that. And you should be good to go. I think we got it all out. There's just one on the inside, so I don't see anything on the outside. So let's go ahead and throw it in and see what it looks like. So it is a little tight fit, but again, that's kind of good. It's not super tight, but it's tight enough to where, oh wow, that looks good. It's tight enough to where it's not going to pop off if you drop your phone. My God, does that look good. I mean, wow. Again, not a fan of this case on some other devices. But on this one, it looks freaking awesome. And you got like not maximum protection, but for a relatively thin case, and this isn't like a thin case, I take that back, but a moderate, it's kind of like, it's not thin, but it's not bulky. It's kind of like in between somewhere. But for a case that's in the middle, this does provide a lot of protection. Like it's bulky, like it's got a lot of protection without being bulky, if that makes sense. Now, laid face down, does not wobble anywhere whatsoever, even on opposite corners, x-axis. It is good to go. This thing is freaking awesome. So let's look at the camera. Let me focus in on the cameras, and you can see just how much space there is from where the glass is and the sensors to the top of the cutout. That's a good probably 3 millimeters, something like that. I mean, it's a good distance. So again, cameras are going to be really protected with this case. Just looks really, really nice. Now look at these cutouts. So again, very precise. Let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. Very precise, on the money, as you would expect from a case company like Rinky that's been doing it forever. Let's check the top. Again, real precise cutouts, not blocking anything whatsoever, and it looks nice. Now, let's look at the screen protection. Let me actually zoom in, go back to the zoom. So with this screen protection, here's something I was noticing as well. You see down here, like with previous Rinky cases, look how they raise the bottom right here. You see how this opposite side just barely comes up and over the display, meaning the case, the outer case, it's maybe 0.1 or probably 0.1 millimeters up over the screen. But then when you come down to the bottom, look right here, boom, it comes up right there. And they do that at the bottom on both sides. This is the opposite side, how it comes up. And then look at the front. So let's go to the front. They do the same thing on the front. So on the right side of the device, look right here, comes up right here. And then on the opposite side, comes up right here. And again, two things for that. It gives you grip, it gives you holdability, grip. So you can actually use your phone without the case blocking your thumb. How many times have you tried to actually use your phone and the case is so big you gotta juggle your phone to make screen selections? Well, this is very minimal on the sides, so it's not blocking you typing or using the phone. And then for the second reason, it adds distance between your screen and the ground and or a surface. So if you lay it face down, just adds another layer, a little bit more protection, a little more material between your phone and whatever you lay it down on. So you do get good screen protection. Is it the most I've ever seen? No, but at least they raise it up at the bottoms, at the bottom and at the top, because there's some cases, and y'all know this is not common, where they raise it up at the bottom and raise it up at the top. Usually when you get a case, it's just one distance all the way around your display, right? That's pretty typical. So of case companies. So this is abnormal, but a good abnormal, meaning, again, a lot of thought goes into these Rinky cases, and that's why I like Rinky, because you don't see all of this in one single package with a lot of other case companies. Now, screen protector. If you're going to use a glass screen protector, I think this should be A-okay. I think you're going to be absolutely fine. I still have the tempered glass screen, I still have the film that came with this OnePlus 15. I still have it installed on here. I'm going to keep it on here probably for as long as I can. Now, over time, yes, it'll show scratches, and then I'll do the best tempered glass screen protector to buy for your OnePlus 15. But when will that be? I have no idea. A month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever. But at that time, I'll take it off. We'll put a screen protector on. But if you have glass on your phone right now, you're going to be fine, because it basically, the glass screen protectors basically outline and is the same exact dimensions as the film screen protector is on here. And as you can tell, it is not coming close. It is not coming close to the case. Now, it gets close, but it does not come up and rub up on your screen protector. So if you're going to use glass, you will be a-okay. I can almost guarantee you that. I think you'll be just fine if you use a glass screen protector with this case. And it's just, I've just been enjoying this. I love to look at it, and I love the way it feels. It's grippy, it's stylish, it just looks cool. So, man, I freaking love this thing. So, if you got any questions whatsoever, you want to ask a certain question, this, that. Now, it does not have a MagSafe on there. Now, you can, if you want to, jump on Amazon and buy a ring, right? You could buy one of these rings. It's got a peel off tab. It's sticky on here. You could slap it in. Now it's black. It's not white. I think it's black, right? I think you can take that off too. So it should be black. You can slap it on there. Or you can actually slap it on the inside of your case and make this MagSafe. So if you put it on the inside, I wouldn't stick it on the phone. I saw somebody do that on YouTube, and I was like, oh no. Not that it would damage it, but come on now. But you can throw it on the inside of your case just like that, and then you can add a MagSafe ring to this case. So if you're like, I don't like it, but it doesn't have MagSafe, well, make it a MagSafe. Like, maybe I'll link below some of these rings that I got off Amazon as well. I'll link that below. So if you want to make it a MagSafe, you certainly can, right? Because that would be one of the downsides. Because I actually use MagSafe quite a bit, not for charging. I don't ever use my wireless charger here at home. I use it for in the car. There's nothing better than, and I don't even use Android Auto, but I just throw my phone up there. It's so nice. I'll probably do that to this, quite honestly. I'll probably add MagSafe to this. So I'll link those down below. But if you got any questions whatsoever in regards to this case, hit me up in the comments. I check my comments every day. Even if you call me an idiot, whatever. Hey, I'm cool with it, right? That's your opinion. And but if you got any questions in regards to this case, or there's another case you're considering getting, but you don't know how it would look, or maybe, you know, the color might be off, or whatever it is, hit me up. Let me know what you're interested in. I'll see if I can grab one and review it as soon as possible for you so you can see what it looks like on a OnePlus 15. That's what this channel is here for. I'm here for you, the viewer, and I do appreciate your time. That's why I do giveaways. That's why I try to give back as much as possible to you, the viewer. Time is precious, and I do appreciate your time viewing this channel. So that's why I try to make these as informative as possible for you, because let's be honest. So if you're gonna buy this OnePlus 15, I'm sure you're particular. You want to protect it, and you want to look cool while you're doing it. So why not grab this Ringke Fusion-X Camo case? Link will be down in the description. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.